Hello and welcome to the 2025 walkthrough of my creative notebook. This is the Keeper of the Bees from Archer and Olive. Oh, just look at that stunning cover and the spine. I've made a pledge after these stunning covers started coming out to use a clear cover on them. This is the Codex A5 cover from MD Notebooks, and it fits these journals perfectly. This is a 192 page. She's a little chunky. So yeah, let's have a walk through. This is the 2025. I decided to put my name and the year on it. This is just a little sticker and it's just stuck on there so I can reposition it later. Little fairy bread one. So this, as you would have seen from previous journals, I'd like a bit of a vintage vibe, and this is no different. So I've used some of the stickers that you may have seen in my 2024 flip through, and then just also, so I made some cream, and I think I did brown paper as well, washi paper just to tear up, some different washi tapes, and then I've actually put the name of the planner in there so I can remember which one it is. Alright, so this is the I Gotta Do What When that I kept from the previous year. This is my year at the glance and my future log all in one this year. So I've just got the months across the top, and then I've left this as one header and used a Dutch door. So I've cut I've got the first 6 months and then just different events that I wanted to keep a track of, and then the same for the second month as well. Dutch doors are really good when you want to do this isn't that, but you want to do a really intricate design, but you don't want to have to repeat it week after week after week. So a Dutch door allows you to do that. This year I incorporated a theme planner. I still got to put November and December in. So yeah, so just each month, just what I used and different numbers in case I wanted to do it again. So if you want to copy any of these themes, the numbers and names of things are there, well, in most of them. So it's just a little overview. I thought that was cute to put in. Then and now, this is a thing I've borrowed from Jess from Jashi Curran at the start of the year and the end of the year. So I wrote those down, but I couldn't really come up with anything. But we will do this at the end of the year. This is just a note I was trying to do some linen storage. And this is my Sunday task of what I wanted to do. I need to be better in 2026 with trying to achieve goals and things like that. It's one of the things I need to work on. Cleaner. Was getting a cleaner and just wanted to keep track of when she was coming and what she was charging me because I was having some issues. I ditched her back in March, and so that sort of fell away. Savings plan, tried again, failed. I think I'll just give up on that one. Media, this is where I track all my television, so what's coming up, what season we're up to, and when it's switched over to new season, I just change the colour of the pen. I'll be moving this into my 2026 planner when I actually decide what I'm going to use. Once again, I had this set up just as 2 pages, but then there's all this extra television I was watching as the year goes by, so I just put an extra page in and used all of that and over the edge. This is just a list of what's coming in 2026 to transfer to the new notebook. These are movies, and I just put a little green dot next to it to signify that I'd actually seen it. Ultimate fun list, things I wanted to do. Find French food with friends. Managed to find French food for my 50th, but my friends were they were unwell, so we're going to try and do that for the Find French Foods with Friends for my 51st. Little ideas I wanted to do. Saw the comet Atlas in January. I missed Saturn's rings on view because of Melbourne's glorious weather of just having cloud at night when these things. And auroras, I saw them on the 1st and 2nd of June. I've seen them several times afterwards, but I've seen them so many times now I've stopped keeping track. When You Wish Upon a Star, the wish list once again. Managed to get a few of these things, but they'll just transfer to next year. Gift log, who I've got when. This I will be filling in very shortly for Christmas stuff and then transferring that over. It was a late edition this year, but yeah, everything's a work in progress. Just because something doesn't work out doesn't mean you should give up on it. You just need to work it a different way to make it work for you. So as I said at the end of the 2024 walkthrough, this citrus kit was my welcome to summer. Again, I used it in 2023 because I love it, because look at it, it's just so fresh and happy. So changed it up a little bit. Still love this down the side. And then just did it slightly different to how I did it in the previous year. But yeah, once again, just using little bits of digital paper. Did this spread multiple times last year, and you know, it can be the same thing, but adding in all the deco just changes it up. So, you know, left this bit for notes, whereas the other time it was all full. These are part of the Citrus Fling journal kit that I have in my shop, Luscious Labels. Yeah, so all this sort of stuff was good. Different way of using the washi paper. Now you might see some similar layouts to the 2024 and 2023, because this year I was sort of struggling to think of things all the time. So I have gone back to some of my favourite layouts. This one, so the thought was for 2025 is to use stickers, 1 month, hand draw, paint, colour in the next. I need to actually look, we'll look through and we'll see how we did. This was February, so for still summer colours, but for Chinese New Year and just something different, we did all of the lanterns, which was fun. And then I've got stamps to match. And then I just stamped these in Distress Oxides from Tim Holtz, and then used the ink to paint another layer on. So I actually got the variation in colour, which I think has turned out quite good. And then just use the lines. Stamped again. So this is what I was talking about, like with the Year at a Glance, like using a Dutch door. Okay, so I didn't want to have to repeat this over and over and over because it does take quite some time. So I've done Dutch doors, and then just fitted my layouts in this small area, and then just added different highlights, and so it all ties it together beautifully. Even this, just, you know, a little bit there, and then using pens to signify different things. So like work, I think it's work, appointments, social, and payments. So they all I know what they're all for. This was a group challenge on the Jashikurun Discord server of Celestial. So I did the auroras, and this is acetate, which you can see is beautifully foiled. And then that's just over some vellum, and I've just adhered it with some very thin double-sided tape. And I think that comes up beautifully. This one is their decorative paper. So I've covered the whole thing and then drawn my monthly calendar on vellum. So you can see through it, you can still see the design, and it sort of sits on top, which is good. And then just made up from their digital kit, I made up some stickers with the different artwork in the corners and picked the tombos to match. This is some Simply Gilded washi tape, and then just enlarge some other pieces as well. Need date covers from Planners Anonymous. It's just a medication list. I'll just tuck that in there for now. Yeah, so paintbrushes, notepad, all that sort of stuff. This is the extra from, I just love the shine. Extras from the front that I just did to the side. Yeah, made up some little washi tape as well. So that, yeah, I really love how that came together. This one, we've gone back to washi tape. This is all tape. These all the brick walls and the ivy is all washi tape from the washi tape shop. It's a PET tape. And then this is just my, it's just vellum with vintage designs on it. And the old Lectra set from ages ago just fit beautifully on there. So, yeah, so made some, I think this is just paper bag that I put adhesive on with a bit of vellum, and they're not actual paper clips. They are washi tape. So yeah, something a bit different. So yeah, so lots of brick walls and using different ways to just incorporate different scenes. So I don't know what it is, but I can't put clouds down the bottom of my pages. Like anything that goes up in the sky has to go up the top of my planner, and things that are naturally on the ground to go on the bottom. So it made sense because this looks like it's sitting on top of a brick wall. You could have, taken that design all the way up, but that was just a bit too much visually. So I just put the vine up the top and then the fence down the bottom, and then these little calendar or rings, they're actually stickers as well. And then this is some vintage coloured stickers that look like old sticky tape. And I think it's come together quite well. I love these. I'm going to have to see if I can try and make something similar because they just look fabulous. Brick walls scaling up once again and in the corner. This one's good because this is 3 or 4 pieces, and I've just cut around it and then used a light grey Sharpie to give it a little bit of shadow. You can see there. And then, it's like this floating island in the sky, like sort of Avatar-ish, and then a low brick wall. Note section on vellum because you can write on it with these paper clips. And then, yeah, so then we've gone back to drawing. I saw this layout and thought, I've just got to do this. So this is off Pinterest. So I printed this colour and then I just scrunched it up. And because it's printed on a laser printer, wherever it's scrunched, and if you rub it, the toner comes off and gives you this faded look. I'm not sure if you can see there a little bit. And so, yeah, so anywhere there's the brown, I've gone with a white paint pen and just used black and then just coloured it in autumn colours. The post it originally came from, it was all greens, but yeah, I really like how this autumn colours come out. So we've just done little bits like that. Once again, just the inverse even on here. Then this was just brown paper I printed, and my printer wasn't having a good day, so I printed it in this weird, I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but it's got a bit of variation, but I think it just adds to the vintageness of it. So yeah, it worked out well. Once again, this is a stationary PET tape from the washi tape shop, so they look like notepads again. Just more of the same, so same but different. Just using the Tombos as well, the same one that I used here. Different again, but just using the same little one. in each. So there's, you know, plenty of room to write. Second line highlights are great because it adds a bit that decorative element, but always gives you somewhere to write. And then this is the final one. I also get the Coffee Monster Co. subscription, and I've had all this stuff building up and up and up, but never used it because it's not enough to do like a whole month per little collection. So I thought I'll use all the different. So I pulled it all out and picked the stuff that I really wanted to use, and so I've done that a different week each one, and I absolutely love how this has come out. So this is vellum. Is it the vellum? Yeah, so vellum. This is all vellum, and this is just one of her stickers, and just put the month there. And most of these are transfers, rub-on transfers. This is some of the washi tape from the sub box. This is a post-it note because I messed up my calendar and had to put the 30th sticking out here, so I thought this sort of fixed that perfectly. The first one was sort of the autumn cozy vibes. This washi tape that's behind here that I've used as wallpaper. So I've just stacked that up on top of each other and then just created different scenes with different. This was a vinyl that we got, just different bits out of the washi, one of the washi tapes. These are the transfers for the dates. Yeah, I thought that worked out quite good. I love it. It's great. This one was the City Life one, so the washi tape that you got with it, and then the different stickers and date covers and all that sort of stuff. So you get enough to do about a week solidly sometimes. So that's why it was challenging. This one, very light on, but it's cute. I like that. Breakfast in bed. And then this one, oh gosh, this one was a lot of work, but I absolutely love how it came out. So we've got this running up the middle, but all this, I drew this and then put the washi down and then trimmed it to fit in between the lines. So some of it is like stacked going across that way, some of it's running across. I mean, lucky I had time, but yeah, I love how that came out. Love the little desk and adding the other little bits and pieces to it. Yeah, this was just a list I put in here, one of these random blank pages of personal stickers I wanted to print, because sometimes when I'm making sticker orders, I get this excess room on a sheet and I always want to know what something to print is. This one was a travel theme. I believe it was another Jashi Curran theme from the server. So I got a stack of books and did a week per country. So I've got Japan, Canada, France, Jersey and England. And just different, which I did Canada, France, Jersey and England in one trip. And then I've done a couple of trips to Japan. So I've got all memorabilia and ephemera and all that sort of stuff. So I've just done that. This is, I actually scanned a piece of paper and just onto washi paper to make my own washi paper, just to use it along. So got a map of the world, some travel stuff, and cut the whole out of this and drew the calendar in. I actually drew this in beforehand and I could see it underneath it, and then just very carefully cut that out. So you can see here I've got appointment, social payment, work for the different colours, and that's sort of how I go in this one. So this is Canada Week. So I've got these are photos I've taken of different traditional artworks from the First Nations people. This is at the, the Swinging Bridge in Vancouver. And then this is actually the one photo but made into washi tape of all the different leaves, because it was December, and there was all the leaves in the gutters, and it just looked spectacular. This was London. My sister works at a natural history museum, so there's a ticket and the different things we got to see. This, I got to go through the museum when it was empty, which was fabulous. Met Paddington Bear. So I just made these into photos. Look, they're not the best quality, but they capture the essence of what I was trying to get across. So it's another good way of doing some memory keeping is, if you don't have much on, filling it full of memories. Okay. And then this was Paris. So I just did some sort of Polaroid frames and to fit the photos. Once again, not the most fabulous photos. They're not quite gallery worthy, but they do convey the sentiment. And I had a few little bits of ephemera. And then in the background is a washi paper that I made. I just got like old metro tickets and different maps and all that sort of stuff, and placed it on my flatbed scanner and just scanned it and created my own washi paper. I love creating it. And I did the same with this. I actually went to a Japanese calligraphy class and tried to learn how to do it. And this is actually the stuff that I did. I scanned each individual one and then layered it into washi paper. And I think it comes up fantastic. I've made this size, a smaller size, and a bigger size. So now I've got Japanese writing that I did myself as a background paper. And then this was I made just a little collage of different memories. So I know where all these are. So these are the light fixtures in a cafe we went to. This is the centerpiece in a cafe we went to. This is one of the temples we went to. This is a little craft village. This was the area we stood in, sort of the first sort of touristy photo. And then this was the koi at the Emperor's Palace, I think. So, yes. And then this was Jersey. Jersey is our family ancestral home. I went back with my sister and just different places we went. This is the church that all our family got married in, baptised in, and there, like a large percentage of the headstones in the yard are actually from our family, unfortunately. This is the baptismal font where everyone gets baptised from. So that was fun. And then moving on to August, we're back to hand drawing a lot of things again. And I saw when I was looking for layouts, I saw this. I'm like, oh my God, I need to do that. But it looks so complicated. And then I thought, no, hang on. You looked at it and it turned out quite easy. So this is all freehand. I usually, for elements like this, sometimes I will trace them so I can get the shapes because I'm not a massive drawer. But this one, I just winged it and I think it turned out all right. So I've used 2 different greens and 2 different oranges. So just put a half moon of a darker orange on it just to give it some dimension. And I think wait till you see the next pages. I just think it's turned out really well. And then just use some letter stamps I'd got from Darkroom Door. So once again, just all this hand done. No borders on this, but it all worked out really well. Lovely. Once again, using that center to have this cascading design. Using them as date covers. This is up there with the citrus fling stuff I did in January. It's just so bright and happy. Yeah, so just the same. And this one as well. Using up some dead space. Could have used that for notes, but didn't feel the need for it, so just filled it. And then September, we've gone back to stickers. September is spring here in Australia. And when I think spring, I think tulips. So I had this tulip artwork, and so I just created it myself and a few little bees. Made this big tulip banner and put some bees across. I just love it, how bright it is. Once again, payment, social, appointment, work. Not 100% happy with that. It's a bit pixelated, but, you know, does the job. And then I just had some washi tape and just pulled that together in little spots. Made some more paper to use as a decorative element. Created these. Now, these stickers were a challenge because in the artwork that I'd found, this wasn't made. So it's actually 3 elements in one. So it's the same tulips as here and here that were automatically put together. No, actually, I built that up. There's like 3 different layers in that. So there's those where I've put extra leaves in, and then the wooden crates are another digital image, but it's got white in between the slats, and I didn't want that, so I actually got a clip art of some scrunched up brown paper and layered that. You can see I've layered that in there as well. So you've got the crate on top, the paper underneath, and then the tulips. Oops, I just knocked my camera. The tulips behind that. And that is the result. So making these stickers can be quite challenging at times. And then I've just put some bees up there as well. Made some Polaroids. I made these myself as well. I got the Polaroids and dragged some vintage paper in there and then just put different tulip ones in there. There's another one of those crates just resized. I made this one as well, just stuffed this empty tub full of tulips. And just little tiny bits of washi can be decorative. And then this is the brown paper you can see here that I used in those tubs. And I just think it looks fabulous. And then this is just different plain washi tapes. I think that comes together quite well. And then October, I don't usually do Halloween stuff because here in Australia we don't celebrate it. But I thought, why not? I had all this stuff from a sub box from Archer and Olive from 2024, and I hadn't used it yet, and I'm like, I really should use it. So this is some of the elements from it, and some that I've made on my own. This one I love. I wanted some black paper. Oh, black paper, so challenging to deal with. But it looks fabulous. I saw this on Pinterest, whereas this is the packaging of some stickers. And it's all foiled and it looks fabulous. This is just some glitter tape I've had around for ages. I love it. And then I made the red glitter numbers. And these are the stickers from Archer and Olive. These actually glow in the dark, but they take quite a bit to charge up. So yeah, so I've put that black in, and then you could see the white in between. So there's actually black washi tape underneath that, and so I just stuck that in. So I've got my black paper. Oops, I've got my black paper, but my whole planner's not black. And then we just go back to white paper. So this was fun. I made the cat and the bat using different elements. Made like webs and spiders and things. See, that's what those jagged boxes again. This was inspired off Pinterest again. This is all glow in the dark washi, as is this. I think it came out quite cute. I made these. This is all clip art that I've had. It's about 4 or 5, I think. Oh, no, maybe 3 or 4 different collections. And I just made these shelves. And these shelves, I made some wooden washi. And I've just cut it to simulate a shelf. It looks great on camera. In person, it looks okay. But yeah, I thought that was a bit of fun. Another completely different layout. This one, I had so many people comment on the paper. And it was really easy to do. So I actually drew the boxes. And then I just sit there and just do all these different jagged bits, and then you erase it all and it just comes to life, and you put a little bit of a highlight or a shadow on it, and it turns out really good. So it's really effective, but so simple. Really simple. Just some Archer and Olive, or some stickers that I've made, not from Archer and Olive. Then I bought some washi tape to use, and I thought, oh yeah, it's going to be great. I can use it horizontally. No, it's all vertical washi tape. So yeah, so I only used these bits because I couldn't think about how to make it work otherwise. So I combined that with the bats and the spiders. And that was Halloween. November, spring. I wanted something springy, but couldn't really think of anything. And then there was something online, and I was looking up November spreads, and there was all these bear spreads from the Northern Hemisphere. And I'm like, that is just too cute. So I located some clip art and used that. And so we're back to some of this more sort of a vintage vibe. So I think it's still springy enough. But, you know, we don't have bears in Australia. But, you know, doesn't mean you can't use them in your planner. So this is all bears and nature and those sort of things. So the greenery came out really nice. It's all part of the clip art set. I made these stamps, so found a template to fill in and made these stamps. I love this. I'm going to be making more of these in the future. Just really quick and simple. Because end of the year is when I lose my planner mojo. I'm like, oh, I've just got to do this and get it done. So just a squiggle line with a shadow, and I think it works. Absolutely works. Same with this one, you know, something a bit different. I like that. I got, you know, trying to find something to draw that was interesting. So I got a roll of, I think it was double-sided tape, and just traced around the outside for that arc and on the inside for that arc, and the same here. Yeah, bit of shadowing. You know, building a little bit of a scene here as well. It's, you know, does the trick. Just add some trees, a few bears, so it's not overly Northern Hemisphere. And then this one, I saw this one, and I'm like, I quite like that. It's a bit loose as far as structure goes, but I think it's worked out well. And, you know, it's something a bit different. And, you know, some coffee splatters and things like that. And then we come to December. So my planner mojo has well and truly dried up by now. So I was looking for something simple and just something easy on the brain. So when I just go back to the classic image of the season I'm trying to do.